Well, hey everybody, welcome back to DeHaven Family Farm. Today is not a good day here. I am not very happy with John Deere and this Gator here. In general, anybody who follows us on Instagram already knows the situation a little bit. But this is a 2013 825i S4, has about 800 hours on it. Let's see if we can just turn the key on here and show you. 805.4 is the hours that are on it. Anybody who watches this channel knows me a little bit, knows that I take care of equipment. I maintain things. I don't run things ragged. Yes, the Gator does get used every day, but it gets maintained. This Gator has overall been okay for us. You can see the tear in the seat right there. I know it's a minor nitpicky thing, but you know, when you pay as much for a small car for this, you know, it's ridiculous. So that rip in the seat started, of course, right after it was out of warranty, which I think, don't quote me, I think it had a two-year warranty or something like that, or 1 year, I can't remember. At any rate, we did not poke it with anything. It just, the driver's seat just started tiny little hole, and it's gotten worse. We've had trouble with the park brake cable. It took forever to finally get that, a couple trips to the dealership to get that ironed out. And it actually used to have an alarm on it that if you tried to put it in gear with the park brake on, it would beep at you. And we had to unplug that because we had issues with that. It has had 4 starters in it. The starter number 4 is currently in there now and is making noise. Apparently, there's our dog. Apparently, some of the issue is the location of the starter. Dirt or something can get into it and keeps causing them to kind of go bad. The starter project, I have had John Deere dealership take care of that each time. They have covered it under warranty a couple of times, and the dealership, very good dealership we work with, no complaints there. They were able to kind of bend Deere a little bit and get them to cover the very last one, even though it wasn't still currently under warranty. But the starter's making noise again. So we're kind of fed up with stuff, the quality, and it may be all manufacturers, you know, as things have gotten newer. More stuff is plastic and made more cheaply, but yet they charge you more for it. So overall, we're just, you know, we're getting kind of sick of this. So I'm going to show you today's issue. For those of you again who haven't seen on Instagram, I know the lighting is terrible here. I'm sorry, but I mean, you can see the tire is tipped here. Thank goodness that nobody was driving it when it happened. I think my wife had kind of parked. She got out to check the pumpkin plants and went to move and noticed that the Gator didn't want to move correctly, and then got out and looked. So thank goodness this didn't happen with my kids on it while everybody was bumming around. You know, around here we usually, you know, 15 miles an hour or so. So thank goodness this didn't happen. But I mean, you can see these tires that are on here. You see all the meat that's on there. Again, you know, 800 hours, well taken care of machine. So here's kind of what happened. I'll try and show you. The dog's coming to say hello. Let me see if I can get underneath here, this shield right here. But basically, this piece here is supposed to have this piece up in it. So yeah, somehow that has managed to separate. I don't know how. This piece is just kind of rubber. I don't really know why that is just rubber right there. But so that's what happened there. Tipped the tire, pulled the axle out. There's a bunch of transaxle fluid on the ground now. Let's see if I can show you. You can see straight in there. If you look about the center of the screen, super shininess, that's the end of the axle that came out of the transaxle in the front, because of course this is 4-wheel drive. This is, try and show you here, this is what it's supposed to look like on the other side. Again, you know, it just sits up in there. I don't really know what even holds it. I haven't had a chance to even do anything with it. But right now what we're going to do, we have a very reliable Gator there. That is a 1999 model with over 2,000 hours on it. And if anybody remembers from a previous video series I did fixing this up a little bit earlier this year, we ended up keeping it because of all the vegetable stuff. It's come in handy and the kids like driving it. Thank goodness we did keep it, because now you know, we don't have the other one. But I did have one of these that I bought brand new in 1996, and I sold it in 2007. I wish I still kept it. Again, very well maintained machine. I stayed inside most of its life when I wasn't using it, but it did run every single day. And the only issue I had with that Gator for 11 years was the connection from the exhaust pipe to the muffler, where those two things come together, broke. So it had one muffler replaced in 11 years, and other than maintenance, absolutely nothing else broke on that thing. So, you know, these are just an older generation. They call them just a 4x2. So, you know, steel bed and everything. I don't know. I'm really disgusted we paid so much for this and have had so many issues. So anyway, back to today's video. Now that you know what happened, I got the skid steer here. We're a good quarter mile from home. I'm going to try and use the tire here. We're going to strap that to the bucket, tip the bucket. And this Gator has a receiver hitch in the front of it here, right there. So I have a clevis attachment I'm going to slide in there in a chain, and I'm basically going to pick the front of the Gator up, kind of like a tow truck, so I can take it up to the garage, look at it a little, and I might have to take it to Deere to be fixed. I got a lot on my plate right now, and I do not have time to be messing with this. So I think I'm going to end up taking it to John Deere and paying a huge bill. But so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to try and get the thing towed up the garage, and we'll get a little video of that so you can see how it goes. About the skid steer noise in the background. You guys know I'm not a full-time mechanic by any means, so I don't understand how everything works. I don't need to. I have enough on my plate as it is. So I took the tire off. I still got it up in the air on the skid steer here, and it's back together. I took this piece with the rotor on it. I pushed it back in. It went part way. I took a sledgehammer, tapped it, and it went right back up in there. Now everything, I'm going to try and do this for you. Everything is freaking solid on here. If you can see the machine shaking, there is nothing wore out. So what in the world actually holds these two pieces together? What holds that together? Because I thought maybe back here, sorry the sun's not good, back here I thought maybe a bushing went bad, because that is part of that lower support. So I thought if a bushing or something went bad there, it offered slop and allowed this to pop out. That is tight as can be. So that's where we're at right now. Just kind of give you a backup and overview here. I did have one unfortunate accident, I guess you could say, completely my fault. I'm kind of rushing this. I have a lot going on. We just got home from a farmer's market thing today. I got a million things to do. It is Sunday. I got a million things to do today and tomorrow. But what happened to me here, you can see this mark that's on the window. That's all scarred and smashed up now. When I was turning to get it out of the field, the corner of the bucket came around and hit that. I had too much slack in my original chain, so the tire was not providing the cushion that I needed. Other than that, there's no other damage, and that's not really like broken. It's just scratched up. Whoops, sorry. It's just scratched. It just happens to be like right where somebody's gonna look on the way out. So I don't know if I could lightly sand that or buff it. This windshield was over $500 and it's a piece of crap. I ended up siliconing. You can see silicone. The friggin' thing would leak across here, here where these bolts are. There's a section, this hinge section. This lower piece of Lexan or whatever, plexiglass, will flip up so that you can open the hood and access the brake reservoir and things are under the hood. Problem is that the original, there was just little dimples with a rubber grommet, and you'd push the rubber grommet over the dimple and that was supposed to hold it, except you drive 2 feet, hit a bump, and this piece would pop up. So I had to put bolts in it to hold it down. This was constantly leaking water in on us. I mean, it was just for $500, like it was a joke. I don't know. You guys can tell I'm disgusted with this. And I have been a diehard John Deere Gator fan since 1996. You know, whatever. It is what it is. So thanks for watching my ranting video here. If anybody has any advice besides trading it in on any of those repairs or whatever, please let me know. I do appreciate any help in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Again, I know this was not a great video, but it's just one of those things that happens around the farm, and I thought I'd film it. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, subscribe on the way out the door, please.